What's up, everybody? It's RangerMan7 here, and welcome back to MOAB Month, episode number 15 or 16. Dun dun dun. I don't know. Once the numbers get up to way too high, I start to lose count, and yeah, that's why it's either 15 or 16. Probably 16. Probably 15. No one will ever know, but the pink elephant will. Anyways, so you guys saw Profile's view of the best assault or his assault rifle review. He told me to make my part. I was like, okay, I will. But before we get into that, let's talk about the gameplay, because I don't want you guys be left hanging and not know what the gameplay is. The gameplay is me using the Type 95, not on terminal. Remember, not on terminal. Finally, and it's silenced red dot. I almost said extended mags. I don't know why. It's silenced red dot. Always special setup. I might go for assault MOABs later on, but I don't know. Trying to build up a nice field of specialist MOABs before I go for assault ones. I think that's what I'm trying to say. My perks are Scavenger, then Assassin Pro, and then what's the third one? Stalker. Yeah, because I was like, wait, I don't see Marksman, and then Marksman's on my specialist setup, so it has to be Stalker. Deductive reasoning, man. Deductive reasoning. I almost turned on him. Anyways, so Profile sent me the little chart of which he used to set up all his ideas for how overpowered the gun is and how underpowered it is, and its competition and everything. So let's get started. The M4A1. It is, in my opinion, it is normal rate of fire, very pretty accurate, and these are all opinions. I have no statistics on them. It's just my opinion of the gun. As normal rate of fire, my idea, it's pretty good recoil and pretty good damage. I say it's pretty competitive with the ACR. I don't know why. For me, I could take out an ACR with it, and everyone hates ACR people. So become an M4A1 person, and you could take out ACR people. I suggest you to use double attachments because I like to go silenced, and I really hate the iron sight. I would prefer MP9 secondary silence. That's my secondary for everything, so I'm not going to repeat that anymore. And my lethal would always be a Semtex, not repeating that anymore. My what's it called? What's that thing called? Tactical. Tactical. See, it's called tactical. I have it right in front of me. Should really look at my computer screen sometimes when I talk. But my tactical would be flash grenades or stuns. Doesn't really matter. They're both the same. Not repeating that anymore. Perk 1. This is where I start to vary between perks. Perk 1, since I'm using an assault rifle, and assault rifles only have 90 bullets, and it gives you 2 magazines and the one that's already in your gun, so that's 90 bullets. I like to use either Scavenger if I'm going for high kill streaks and I'm using Specialist, or Sleight of Hand if I'm going for low kill streaks and fast kills. So I would prefer Scavenger because I'm mostly using Specialist and going for high kill streaks. Perk 2 will always be Assassin. Don't bother trying to make me change it because I'm sneaky mother and you will never find me on the radar. Perk 3 varies. It depends. I usually like to use Marksman because I like to see their names while they're running at me, so I don't have to like look for a person. I look for the name now. So I got used to that, and I would say Marksman for this one. M16 competition, obviously the Type 95. They're the only burst fire weapons of assault rifles, and accuracy pretty high. No, I already said competition. Damage decent. I say it takes 2 to 3 bursts to kill. Fire rate very high, especially if you have rapid fire on. I could lay down so many bullets at you and you won't even know what happened. My suggested class would be proficiency would be dual attachments. So once again, attachments will be red dot and rapid fire. Lethal would be Semtex, like always. I'm not going to repeat that. I just said that and I repeated it. Wow, I'm very smart. Perk 1 would be... What would my perk 1 be? I would say it would be Scavenger. Because I go through... No, I'd say it'd be Blind Eye, actually. Because I'm using Specialist with this, so I'm going to run Blind Eye first. Because it only takes like 2 to 3 bursts. That's only 9 bullets. You still got like 10 more kills to go, and then you're already on your Specialist, unless you like to spray like I do, but whatever. So I would say use Blind Eye because I don't like being killed by helicopters sometimes right off spawn, and I would probably use it to shoot down helicopters. Perk 2 you already know, Assassin. Perk 3 would be Stalker or Marksman. I prefer Stalker because With burst fire guns, if you miss your first burst, with Stalker you could just strafe right out of it and you could go into your next kill. Scar L, one of my favorite guns. Competition would have to be, what a good competition. Scar L versus FAD, I believe, would be a good one. Scar L's is very accurate, normal rate of fire, normal damage. Attachments will be dual attachments, always extended mag silencer. Perk 1 would be sleight of hand because extended mags gives you so many bullets. Perk 2 will be assassin, and perk 3 will be stalker because I also like to move around while I'm using the scar. Next one, CM901. Competition would probably be another slow rate of fire, hard hitting gun, which would probably be the MK, I'm guessing. Or no, the G36 would be good competition actually, because they're both slow firing, but they hit pretty hard, which is their high damage, and their CM901's accuracy is very low. I honestly can't stand it without kick. And suggested class, I'd say use kick, silencer, secondary MP9, silenced, lethal, semtex, tactical, flash grenades. Perk 1, this is where I get confused. I would say scavenger, because with the CM901, if it has low accuracy, you're kind of shooting more bullets than you need to. But if those bullets do hit, they kind of kill pretty fast. So scavenger or sleight of hand, I'll leave it up to you. Perk 2 would always be assassin. Perk 3, I would have to go with stalker once again, because it's slow rate of fire. No, yeah, it's a slow rate of fire. It's hard hitting, and you kind of need to move around between each shot. So stalker would be a good one. Type 95, as you can see here, this is probably my best setup. It's the red dot silenced, and then I get the MOAB here, MOAB, and then I die instantly, I think. No, I don't. I continue my kill streak like a boss. Now I die. I get one extra kill. So, it'd be red dot silenced, scavenger, assassin, stalker, semtex, flash grenades, MP9 silence. That's about it. Competition would be the M16. They kind of go hand in hand. G36C. My competition for that would be the CM901. They're both slow rate of fire and high hit, high damage. And this is a very dry commentary. Penis. Continuing on. Its fire rate's pretty normal. It's not that bad. Its accuracy is very high if you have kick on it, which I prefer. I prefer kick, red dot. It's like a laser cannon, but better. And then it's lethal, semtex, tactical, flash grenade. Perk 1 would be blind eye. That's what I usually use because I usually to kind of go past helicopters and stuff. Assassin. Perk 3 would be perk 3. I think I used stalker. Yeah, I used stalker on that one as well. My perk 3 will always vary between stalker and marksman for assault rifles, and when we do submachine guns, it'll change. For ACR 6.8. Next time it's gonna be the 6.9 because 69. Competition would be the M4A1 because they're both very high, pretty accurate, and ACR's accuracy is very high. Damage is normal, and its fire rate's normal. Suggested class proficiency. I've been starting to goof around with the ACR, and what I do is I usually in like private matches I would use red dot impact, but online I think I'd go with silenced and red dot for very accurate shooting and being very quiet. Secondary, so that'd be dual attachments by the way. If any of you are very unknowing of the sorts. And I think I almost got a double MOAB again. Winning. Dude, look at that kill feed. Okay, continuing on, because I don't have much time. Continuing on. Perk 1 would be... Perk 1 I'd use Scavenger, basically. Assassin, Marksman, because it's very accurate. You don't really need to... Because since it's very accurate, you could see from very far away and be able to pick off people from long distances. And then, next gun is the MK14. And we're almost done, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Dun, dun. M4A1. MK14. Accuracy very high. I can spray with it and hit all my bullets. Damage very high. Fire rate normal but slow. I don't know. Its competition would have to be what would a good competition be? I don't know what dude, I just turned on that kid. Competition, I don't know what can compete with an MK14 other than an ACR. Some of these might overlap, but that's what I say. It can compete with it, and also an M4A1. An M16 will actually compete with it too, and a Type. Most guns can compete with everything because most guns are very balanced in this game, other than some of them having different things. Anyways, I like to use dual attachments, uh, silencer extender mags, that's always a good one. You can spray for days. Lethal's the same, tactical's the same. Perk 1 would be sleight of hand, perk 2 assassin, perk 3 marksman, or no, stalker pro. And time for the AK-47. Competition will be the FAD. FAD, why? Is because FAD is very fast but weak, and the AK-47 is very slow but strong hitting. Suggested class, I'd use kick silenced, secondary MP9 like always. I'm sorry, I'm talking to black screen. I could probably put this chart up later at the end so you guys can see it too. It's very empty, you could fill it in however you want. Lethal is the same, tactical is the same. It would probably be, for that one, first AK-47, I'd say I'd use sleight of hand because it's slow and I really want to get kills with it. Perk 2 would be assassin and perk 3 would be stalker. Yeah. FAD, my favorite gun of the game, would probably be, its competition was the AK, of course. Accuracy very high, damage very low, fire rate average. No, fire rate's very high actually, because you need to shoot a lot to kill it. And then proficiency would be dual attachment, silencer, extended mag, secondary MP9, silence, lethal, Semtex, tactical, flash grenades, perk 1, scavenger. No, perk 1 would be side of hand. My bad. Perk 2, assassin pro. Perk 3, stalker, because I like to move around, and that is my favorite class of the game as well. So if you have different suggestions, leave it in the comments, try these guns out, and like always, have a nice day, Mr. Interweb people. And I am RangerMan7, and I like pink elephants.